Hi, I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional holistic spiritual counsellor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling and mentorship, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video for more information. So let's dive deep here, guys, and let's see what messages the cards have for you and your person's love journey thus far. Alright, let's go. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so you're coming out with the Emperor, and you were also coming out with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, yeah, okay. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could also be dealing with an Aquarius or Saggy. Alright? I will pull more cards here, guys. And we'll open the reading up a little bit more. What I get with the Wheel of Fortune, it comes in as resolving reoccurring issues here in your reading. Yeah, there is forward movement here, and it does talk about your person wanting to create changes here in your reading. Let me just check that out here, guys. See, it comes in as, this is what I want to do, but this is what I've got to do. That's what I'm getting here. See, the Wheel of Fortune comes in as where your person is at, or even yourself at this point in time. The Wheel of Fortune is coming in as the truth about oneself and one's reality. It does talk about negative attachments here, guys, to neglect, abandonment and rejection, which is also about a past pain, hurt and fear. Now when you're coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, what it can talk about there is staying in that cycle, guys, here. But how do I change it? Like I said, for your person, where they want to be, this is what it's talking about, but where they are right now is what it's saying. This is what I'm picking up on here in your reading. So it does come in as an ending and new beginning. Now, like I said, resolving past issues that your person has had with certain dynamics or relationship dynamics here, guys. So ending out the past and starting anew in a sense here. That's how these two cards are talking about. That's what they're talking about here, guys. It is coming in as compassion and empathy. That could very well be what your person is wanting to build here, because things just keep reoccurring is what I get with your person here. So an issue that your person may have had with friends or family or even an intimate partner in the past, that issue just keeps popping up here. That's what I'm also picking up here, guys. That's one way in which I can explain what's going on with your person here. And so with the Wheel of Fortune coming in, what it's talking about here in your reading is now I need to deal with it, or now I know how to deal with it. Here guys, now I know how to sort it. So that it's just not the same, you know, your person is not going through the same issue over and over again. The Wheel of Fortune here. See, these issues that your person is having to deal with here, what it also talks about here, well, I do see it as the Wheel of Fortune, but there's an element here in your reading that your person is beginning to understand themselves here, guys, yeah, and gain knowledge about themselves as to why it proved to be a struggle to deal with those past issues here. But let me keep going here, guys. Yeah. See, that ignoring and avoiding those issues had become a behavioural pattern, is what it talks about. Yeah. A pattern and a habit for your person. But this became a bad habit in a sense here, guys. Yeah. But let me keep going. It's a big change. There's big changes that your person is wanting. That's what I'm getting here. But it's coming in as they want to be seen as changed here in your reading. That's what it's also talking about. All right, thank you. Right, let's pull some more cards here. Thank you. All right, let's go. All right, so here we're coming in with the Hermit. You're coming in with the Seven of Wands, and you're coming in with the Ten of Swords. You know, straight off the bat, it's like, don't fuck with me, you know, in a sense here, guys. I mean, I don't know how else to say that, but let me break that down. I mean, surface level here, the way, you know, that behavioural pattern, like I spoke about for your person, it has been a challenge and an obstacle for this person. They knew no other way, is what it talks about. The challenge and the obstacle here in your reading is compassion, is empathy. Here is actually love for your person. Okay. So it's a hard habit to change, is what I'm getting. Because it has been easier for this Emperor guy here in your reading. It does come in as the cycle here as well. This Wheel of Fortune, what I spoke about here, I don't know if the right word is easier, but they have always dealt with it their way. it also talks about here in your reading, they have also struggled to communicate here. And if you're asking your person for communication here or to talk to you here in your reading, I get here there's a block, there's a barrier here. But it can also talk about here in your reading not knowing what that block and barrier is. You know, you could be questioning your person as to why they behave or they say certain things towards you here in your reading. Because at this point in time, what it talks about there is that at this point in time is what I'm saying here, guys, is that, well, you're coming in with, there are days where you get some kind of lines of communication from your person here, where they're not projecting onto you a past painful and hurtful memory, because that's exactly what's coming in here, guys. You may not be able to connect the dots here, and you may even think to yourself, well, they, you know, I'm here, I love them, they should know that here, you know, they can trust me, but this person doesn't trust themselves. That's the thing. And this person doesn't love themselves. So it really doesn't matter how much times you say to your person, I love you, you can trust me. They will still have doubt here. And of course, that doubt may come in as doubting you, but that's a behavioral pattern for your person. That's what I'm getting. See, in their mind here, guys, they've made a lot of mistakes. That's what I get. Mistakes, or, yeah, that's the best way in which the Ten of Swords can be described with these three cards in your reading. Because to speak about, or for your person, the truth about themselves, this is like the very first time they've ever spoken about how they truly feel here. And that is a sign of weakness for your person. And they just don't like, they hate the fact that, or they don't like to sound weak here, guys. There's no other way in which I can explain it. Or to be vulnerable to their own weaknesses here. I need to pull some more cards here, guys. So that I have a little bit more. Okay. So you were coming in with the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and you were also coming in with the Nine of Wands here. Oh, hang on 1 minute. What did I come in with? You may have Leo placements here, what I'm picking up, but you could also have Gemini placements here, guys. Here, there's fire. There's a Aries or Scorpio as well here. Hang on. I just need to check something out here, guys. Or Aquarius. There's a lot going on here. Or Aquarius here. Alright, so I came in with Gemini. You're also coming in with Sagittarius. And you also have Aquarius. Now I mentioned that again with the Wheel of Fortune. I've already mentioned that. Or Scorpio. Here, placements. Potentially here in your reading, what it talks about there is that it comes down to effective communication here. Nothing seems to be working here in your reading. It seems to be working. See, what it can also talk about here is that, I want to make sure here, guys. I spoke about issues that just kept recurring here for your person, and these issues, it could come down as the both of yous and your lines of communication here. And what it can talk about there in your reading is that every now and then something comes into your guys' conversation and it kind of blows it out of context here. It's like when you have a disagreement with someone here, and then you just throw everything that you got at that person because you're just, you're reptilian, you're fired up, you don't really care. You just want to say it just to hurt the other person, but your reading is coming in as you both just hurt each other here. And then there's regret. I wish I didn't say that. And then in comes the apology, but it's the apology, it doesn't work here, guys, because the conversation comes back here. That's how your reading is coming in here at this point in time. And so it's hard to break that habit here. And it's a bad habit that both you and your person have when it comes to your issues here, guys. Certain issues is what I'm getting. And now it's potentially here in your reading, it's just going to be so overwhelming here. It's hard to stick with your person. It's hard to stick by them. Coming in with the Nine of Wands here. But this has been an ongoing cycle, is what I'm getting. It is coming in as power struggles here, guys, and your guys' dynamic. So book an image reading with me, as I'm not just a tarot reader here, because what it can talk about there in your reading is that there are some underlying, there are issues here that both you and your person have suppressed, all right? But you don't think that these issues affect you. But coming in with the Ten of Swords, they actually affect you. Now, what it can talk about there in your reading is that these issues, these core issues here that both you and your person have suppressed, ignored and avoided here may actually be back further than your guys' relationship here, but you've taken it into your guys' relationship, where you may have started your relationship with expectations on each other. The cycle, the Wheel of Fortune here. That's a really important word, to be quite honest. That's an important card, is what I've been picking up in my readings today. Alright, let's see what the advice is, alright guys? And you're coming in with the Six of Cups. It is coming in as relationships here, guys. I did speak about that when it came to the Emperor guy here in your reading. The way that you built relationships here, the way that you build them today, the people you're dealing with right now, the people that you dealt with in the past, issues that keep recurring there, that still affect you, either by way of your emotions, your mindset here, and even your actions, and how it's become a part of your everyday life here. The Six of Cups. Well, what it can also talk about there with the Six of Cups is you may be thinking to yourself, well, it wasn't like that when we first got together. Everything was really cool. It was, it was really good. But now something's gone and happened, and it's just changed everything. And I don't know how to change it. Both you and your person here. Alright, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your reading, and I'll catch you later. Bye.